Hello and welcome back. My name is Aida and today I have a fun one for you. I am going to talk to you about my new additions to my wardrobe, all from a new brand that I just recently discovered. You may be aware of this brand and you're just simply wanting review of the pieces that I purchased, or you may not know this brand and it's another tool in your toolbox for whenever you're ready to go out and purchase something new. Naked Fashion. It is a Swedish brand similar to an H&M. H&M is also a Swedish brand. And it's similar because of, I think, the price point. I think they have stylish classic elements, but they also sell trendy pieces. So if sometimes you really start gravitating towards a trend, you have that option as well, and it's not gonna break the bank. Since I don't believe in fast fashion, today I wanted to focus on the why behind these pieces. Why did I purchase them? Why do I like them? Those questions will be answered with some additional styling tips and a couple examples of how I've utilized these pieces in the recent weeks. So stay tuned and let's get started with piece number one. Hi, my name is Aida de la Fuente and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For my first piece, I purchased a white button down. Believe it or not, I actually didn't own a white button down. It was driving me crazy. Every time I would go to get dressed for work or even on the weekends, I'd think, oh, I'm gonna pair this with a white button down. I didn't have it. So one of the reasons why I purchase items and I'm ready to buy is because I keep thinking about that same piece and how much it would work with my existing wardrobe. And a white button down is just, it's a capsule piece. Everyone talks about it. And for me, for the longest time, I didn't feel like it was missing, which is why I didn't purchase it. When it comes to Naked Fashion's white button down, this is a wonderful option. It's more of a relaxed fit. The sleeves run slightly long in the arm, but since it is a relaxed fit, I think the intent is for that. And I typically wear my button downs with the sleeves rolled up anyways, so that didn't bother me. It has a nice detail in the cuff and just some good structure overall while still looking relaxed and not overly stiff. It's not completely opaque, but it's not sheer either. It does have some great breathability, so you can easily layer it without feeling tight and constrained in your clothes. I do really love that it has a semi-spread collar because one of the ways that I styled this button down is buttoning all the way to the top and even adding a silk scarf like I did in this photo for work. I absolutely loved it, and I think the detail here in the collar is one that a lot of people don't pay attention to, but I think buttoning that top button just gives it such a nice classic but modern forward because it gives you that masculine look. And there's some nice detail with a 3-button cuff here. You can easily roll up your sleeves. That's like how I like to wear it, like I previously mentioned. One thing to know, I did pay $30 for this. For $30, it is an amazing button down. I am 5'6", 130 pounds, and I ordered an EU 36. The material's great. It's 100% cotton, but as you can maybe notice a little bit in the video, it is not wrinkle resistant. Every time I use it, I iron it as soon as I take it off. And then that way I don't have to iron it when I'm ready to wear it for the next time. Obviously, if you're not tucking it in, that's less ironing you have to do. But if you're someone like me who likes to tuck in their button-down shirts, you're gonna be ironing it quite a bit. So if you want more of a low maintenance button down, this is probably not the choice for you, but I honestly don't mind it because I love the material and like the softness of it. And I just feel like it's a perfect weight and just a great addition to my closet. On to the next button down. The classic denim shirt. Another piece that I felt was missing from my closet. I love a nice office look. I love a white button down, a blue button down, anything that leans more towards polished or tailored. But then when the weekend comes along, there's a part of me that's like, I want to look a little bit more relaxed. I want a little bit more of that contrast to get away from like that tailored, polished look. And I felt that this denim button down was the gap that was missing in my closet, which is why I purchased it. So this is the same size as my white button down. It's an EU 36. It has nice silver buttons on top. This is a more spread collar, if you notice here, which is good because it's more of a casual collared shirt. It is thicker than maybe most that you see. It's not overly thick, but it won't be a layering piece. Like I wouldn't put a sweater over it or else I would feel too kind of bulky. It is relaxed and runs large. So if you're not into an oversized look and you want something more tailored, this is probably not for you. I love the hemming that it has on the shoulders, and it still accentuates your shoulders really nicely. And since it does have a little bit more thickness to the material, I think it provides a really lovely structure. You know, I've worn this honestly to work with a nice black pleated skirt, and then I've worn it just with jeans. I've also worn it as a layering piece, which is why I wanted to lean towards a more thicker material and more structured, because I thought it would be a great addition in the springtime to unbutton this and maybe have just like a black t-shirt. I do love the single cuff here. Very easy to unbutton. Again, I love rolling up my collared shirt, so most of the time I don't keep this buttoned. I really liked the dark wash on here. I think a dark wash naturally elevates something. I still want to look put together, and so I felt that a dark wash was gonna help me feel that way when wearing a more casual piece like the denim button down. Before moving on to the pants, I wanted to talk about the Ballet Flat. The reason why I purchased a black Ballet Flat, I didn't have one. This one, as you can see here, is a squared Ballet Flat, which I really like a squared toe or a toe box toe. That can also be called that. I think it naturally elevates any look, and I like the length on it, because if you're wearing a wide leg pant, having something like a toe box shoe or a flat like this really allows you to keep that length in your leg and having that elongation come through all the way to the tip of the toe. It's elastic around, so it really takes shape of my foot. I wanted something that was flexible, not too structured. So I really like that. It's soft in the interior. I still keep, this is a tip, keep the shoe stuff with how it comes in the shoe box, especially with leather shoes like this. You want to keep the same shape. Do you see how it's shaped right here? If I were to remove this, you would lose the shape of the shoe and it will slowly shrink and just not look as new and elegant. It does have a little bit of a sole, and then the inside is slightly padded. I will say this specific flat does run small. I'm usually an EU 39, which is about an 8.5, which is what I am in the US sizes. So I sized up to an EU 40. And most importantly, I just want to mention that they are very comfortable. I'm very happy with this purchase. I have walked hours in these, just strolling the city, walking around. These are great for casual wear. And my feet didn't hurt once. Moving on to the next purchase, and maybe the most controversial depending on your stance on this, the low rise jean. Okay, why did I purchase this? First, I wanted to purchase a jean that would pair perfectly with the denim button down that I purchased. I wanted just a classic denim on denim Canadian tuxedo look, and that's what these jeans did. So this is a mid blue wash, so I went with the darker color. I want it to look elevated. I wanted to be able to dress it up or down. I think if you go with a light wash, it's just naturally gonna look more casual, and I wanted the option to style the jean and make it look more dressed up or down on my own terms, right? Where they fall on my hips is loose, it's comfortable, but I don't feel like the pant is too big. These are true to size. Whatever size you normally purchase, get those in these jeans. And it was funny because I showed my husband these jeans when I first got them, and I'm like, feel them, feel how soft they are. He's like, oh, they're not like crunchy like jeans. You know when jeans are really stiff and they don't feel soft and it's just like this heavy, thick material? These are soft, and when you put them on, you feel the softness, which is probably why them being wide leg, I don't feel like they're so voluminous at the bottom and like really heavy. The length of these jeans, they will drag slightly with a ballet flat like I showed you and like you're seeing in these clips, but I'm okay with that. I think jeans are meant to drag maybe a little bit on some occasions. Heels, they pair perfectly, and I think also on the rear, I love the pockets, and where it sits on my rear end is perfect and actually gives me a little bit of shape, which I need all the help I can get in that department. So these have been just amazing so far. And in talking about casual looks for the double denim, I did purchase this black shoulder bag, or I guess crossbody, I will call this a semi crossbody, because if you see here, when you cross it over, it does fall very short, and some people may not like that. Others would just want to wear it over the shoulder and have it fall shorter, which is where I fall under that category. I actually paired this purse with the white button down for a really cute brunch outfit with a couple of the other naked fashion pieces, and it's very thick. The clasp is easy to open, close, and just like the rest of my leather, I like to stuff this purse with the material it comes with so it doesn't lose its shape. Love the structure of it, especially in the summertime when you're wearing more flowy material, in the springtime. This is a great contrast to a flowy outfit. I like a little bit of the stitching here on the side. It kind of gives an homage to the woven material that you're seeing a lot in Ballet Flat. So this is really wonderful. Next, we have a knitted cardigan. I immediately gravitated to this cardigan, and the reason being are the buttons. I absolutely love the buttons. I purchased this because of the design, but mainly because I didn't have a neutral color cardigan like this. It's knitted, it's super soft. Most of the time I found myself gravitating to sweaters because the cardigan-like items I had lean more towards blazers, and they do have more of like those golden, like gold accent pieces, which is lovely, but I think makes it really hard to pair them with the right colored jewelry. And sometimes it could just be a little overly done where I want to look a more casual. So I love that the buttons here had a little bit of a touch, or added a bit of a touch, to the overall sweater without taking away from it all at the same time. It had this rib design both in the sleeve and at the bottom because I wanted some structure. Sometimes if the sweater is too long, it looks frumpy. And I feel like this one is true to size. And so if you have it just like I'm showing it here with jeans and you style it that way, you're gonna see that it falls nicely with just like this ribbed bottom piece. You can dress it down or you can wear it to work. I've worn this to work several times. I've been loving pairing this with a flowy A-line skirt. I think it looks great tucked in. Or what's really awesome about having this rib material at the bottom is that you could just fold it under and it holds its shape. And so you don't even need to tuck it in. Wonderful. Moving on to the most excited I am about all these pieces to talk about, because I think this piece is a problem child for most, and I'm so happy that I ordered this and it worked out. The ribbed tank. Wow. Biggest issue here, they're too tight. They cling too much and your bra ends up being super see-through. Like, I don't want a bra line when I'm wearing a ribbed tank and I have a chest. I can't get away with just putting on pasties and going about my day. Like, I need to wear a strapless bra with a ribbed tank. The reason why I love this one is because you can't see the bra. I would say it's still light and airy, but there's still thickness to it, which is why you're not seeing the bra when I have this on. I think it accentuates the shoulders beautifully and hugs you in the right places without it being uncomfortable. Another reason why I really like this is that it's not overly ribbed. When I see a shirt that is overly ribbed, I honestly feel like it reminds me of pajamas or a thermal. I don't like to see, or I don't like to own super ribbed material. This is about as ribbed-like as it gets. And I didn't have one that I felt comfortable wearing. And I wanted to be able to pair it with jeans like you see here and maybe throw on a cardigan over top and have a really casual outfit, or use it as a layering piece when I'm wearing it with my double denim pieces. I didn't have a tank top like this that I can go to, and I didn't have one in gray. So highly, highly recommend this ribbed tank top. $10. The long denim skirt. I was so excited to receive this. And when I put it on, I was thrilled to know that it was true to size. It doesn't squeeze at the top. I've tried on long denim skirts and it just fits so uncomfortably at the top. Like, I could not sit, I could not really move, or it was like super tight in the back area. I will say when I put it on, it felt a little more snug in the thigh area, but not to an uncomfortable level or like it was stretching the skirt. So I would just be cognizant of that when you're going to look at this or possibly purchase a long denim skirt. I love that there's a slit in the front, so it still adds some femininity to a more covered skirt. And the back just falls super straight. There's no slit in the back, which I actually like. I just like one slit, just enough for a little bit of a tease and enough for the shoe to peek through. These will be the best in the fall with a tall black boot. I did want to note that the bottom is undone. So if this bothers you, or here and there you may need a cut at the bottom, this skirt may not be for you, but I do like the casual of it all. Overall, I think a long denim skirt provides a touch of femininity to your outfit, but without it being too revealing. I love coverage, and it's a great contrast to just a normal flowy A-line skirt. So it definitely hugs the frame a little bit more. I do feel very sexy in it. Even if I'm wearing a button down, it's just a nice breath of fresh air of a different style that I can play around with during the season. And one of the things that would look great with this denim skirt is a belt. I love this belt. I've been wanting a snakeskin belt for a while now. I've been very into belts. I think a belt, it's a low risk, high reward accessory. This one was, I think this was $12. It's a great quality. I love the silver accent. I needed one with silver accent. So really think about your metals and the jewelries that you have. It's totally fine to mix metals too. I'm a firm believer in that. But I really like kind of this long rectangular metal right here with a slim belt. And I think a snakeskin can be considered a neutral. And if you have a snakeskin clutch or anything like that, chef's kiss, your outfit will look amazing. And that is a wrap on my naked fashion haul and review. I hope you found this helpful. If you weren't even familiar with what the heck naked fashion was, hopefully you discovered that for the price that you're paying, you're getting really great quality pieces. And they have some amazing classics that you can just wear over and over. And I think that they're just gonna last a really long time. So let me know what your favorite piece was in the comments below. And I'm so happy that you're here. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I will see you here next time. Have a good day. Adios.